Hello.
Hello.
We made it.
We're live.
We're live. We are most definitely live.
How do you think the lighting looks?
Lighting looks good. You want to scoot up some?
I'm gonna turn my phone up. We're gonna look at our.
We're having to
It
check
doesn't look
because
bad.
Gianna's at youth group, so we were doing the checking and we're doing it all right now. Anyways, I'm sure you guys are thrilled to be part of that. Anyways, let us know if you can see us because we think the lighting is good. It seems to be okay. You let us know if it's not, and we'll just go on with that. How are you guys doing? Nice, glad to hear it. We are doing
Billy
good.
Morrow. Hello.
Billy! That's awesome.
Hi, old friend.
Yes, we're doing good. We are running. Here we are, 7:30. It feels like it's like every other day. It feels like we're doing this. It's always.
No, the weeks are going by so fast. I said, can you believe it's already been a week? I
It's
feel like we were just
Tuesday.
doing this like yesterday.
It's for sure
Yeah.
what it feels like. And tonight, Gianna's at the youth group, which is on Tuesday night, which is usually on Wednesday night. So that's why she's not here with us tonight, to be able to be our camera person.
If
and
you guys
make it
can
all
say
good.
hello when you click on, I think it helps for that way I can see it on my phone when you pop up. Yes, Rebecca, good job. Thank you for the
Yes.
hand wave. I think
Hello.
it just helps my phone stay active too when stuff's going on, and then I can
And
see.
do the likes and the hearts and all
And
your
Rachel
fun stuff.
Hazlitt, yes, I like all the hearts. I just feel the love. I don't know what happens when I see. Oh, I think your face turns into a heart. That's fun. Billy says, I'm here, finally getting to watch live. He's in
Yes.
Alaska.
Whoa!
Yeah, going home
Dude.
tomorrow.
Alaska. Hey, somebody's got to be there having a good time. Might as well be you. I thought I saw a picture of you fishing there like 3 weeks ago. Must have had a long trip. That is so awesome.
Yeah, it's probably dark in Alaska, right? Isn't it always dark in Alaska?
Maybe
Is it
during,
dark?
During the winter, I think.
I think it's all year. I don't know. Is it all year? Tell us about Alaska.
It's not dark all year.
It's so cool. We've had some people from India. Where else have we had?
Haiti,
New Zealand.
New Zealand, Ireland.
It's so cool. You're just like, wow.
Pakistan.
Yeah, Pakistan,
Did you already say India?
Canada.
Canada. You know, us Canada and Americans, they're
Well,
they're on
still,
there.
I'm just saying.
It's really
like,
cool though.
Yeah, it's
Bunch
just
of different
cool.
states.
Oh, South Korea. South Korea was one. I was like, man, that is just so amazing to me.
Technology.
Yeah.
It's really cool. If you guys wouldn't mind if you've joined us live.
Kelly Smith, Kelly Manley Smith.
Kelly.
Hello.
Hey, good to see you.
Oh.
Or
Look.
whatever you call that. If you guys don't mind, just share it out. Just hit the little button that says share, and it'll just share it up onto your wall. So maybe some of your friends will join on with you, and you guys can engage and you can get the word out a little bit, get some more momentum rolling.
Yeah, we like to make it feel like a little party.
Yeah. We're
Yes.
still trying to figure it out. Like, we see other people do it, and I don't know if they have an iPad or if they're doing it on a computer, but they sit like us, and then they're still looking this way, and they can see all the people that are talking instead of us having to look down. So we're still trying to figure it out. We love to be able to engage more. That's the goal. But also the goal is to get the content out and to try to help as many people as we can and bring value to you, even on the live and on the replays. So share it out if you don't mind. Hit the likes. It helps it stay current in the algorithms. Comment where you're from, or things that you liked or whatever it might be. And also, you want to ask for questions now too?
Yeah, we had a few people send in questions on the inbox, but for those of you that are watching right now live,
Right now live.
you're in the party.
Yes.
If you have a question, any kind of question, I mean, parenting would be good, but I guess it could be something else. But
Just don't ask me about stocks.
yeah, we're on parenting, so if you have a question, we want to look down and be able to answer your question if something comes up. Jessica Boyette and Castro Giovanni.
What up?
Hello.
I think you're right, Rachel. Half the year, I think, is dark up there. The winter half,
Oh,
I think.
the winter.
the winter
He was right. You're right.
days are
I
smaller.
don't know why I thought it was all year practically.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird.
Well, it's probably winter like all year in Alaska, right? When is there summer?
At some point in time, there's probably sun. It's probably not terribly cold. It's not Antarctica. It's Alaska.
Billy said, Alaska is beautiful to see the bald eagles just soaring around. Shows how much God loves us to allow us to see all the beautiful things He created. We are 3 hours behind you guys. Okay.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah,
Yes, and I agree.
That was the other thing we were discussing. We know school is like back in season now. If 7:30 is still a good time for everybody, after you get kids from school and sports and dinner and whatever, if this is still good for you,
Comment down there and
yeah,
let us
just
know.
kind of.
We'll try to make it work for everybody. We can do it a little earlier or a little later, a different day. We still want to do the boundaries section and the communication section. So we've got two more sections of these nightly or weekly videos. We're not sure if Tuesday night videos, whatever they end up being.
Yeah, we did marriage, we did family, and then we felt like other key aspects that's on our heart is communication and boundaries. Did you say we kind of already touched on it?
No.
It's kind of threaded throughout the different things we talked about, but we wanted to just give a little more specific isolation, I guess, just on that topic alone. So we'll
Yes.
be doing that next.
And so tonight is the question and answers that you guys have asked with PB&J.
Q&A
with PB&J.
P&J.
I put PB&J on this.
Okay.
We
Oh,
made
you
it
did?
official. Yeah.
You made a new one?
Just on this
Oh,
one for
okay.
tonight. PB&J. We've been PB&J for a long time, so it's hard to just say P&J.
Yeah.
Yeah, PB&J sounds better. Anyways,
Uh-oh.
we got a few questions. We're going to jump into them. The first question is...
Okay, so someone had asked a while back about, are they too old? Are your kids too old to start implementing some of these things that we talked about? For instance, if they're tweens, teenagers, or
Tweens.
young adults. Because now they're getting a hold of these concepts and ideas and they want to start doing it, or did start doing some of it, and their kids were kind of laughing at them like, you're joking, right? Like, now you're going to start doing this stuff? Like, we're so used to the way it's been. So later on in life, when you didn't start from toddlers age, it can be a little harder to start implementing these things. But in our opinion, we were
Do it.
discussing, to go
Do it.
ahead and do it. I don't feel like it's ever too late to start. I feel like just having that conversation with them, that as a parent, we're always evolving.
Communicate it.
Technology is growing. Tools that are available to us are always growing. And to never, it's a good learning experience to just
Yeah.
kind of say, you're never too stuck in your ways. Like, don't get stuck doing something. Just because we've been doing something a certain way doesn't mean
Yes.
that we can't change things now. So I feel like that's a great learning lesson right then. Even if they laugh at you, that's okay.
Yeah, and communicate it. Like, sit down and have a conversation with your kids. Say, listen, I know that this is how it's been. I know this is the way we've been doing things, but I'm seeing things a different way. And get real crazy and apologize to them. If you've been kind of fearful with your parenting, or had a lot of punishment and fear with punishment to get them to obey, just let them know that you were doing the best that you could with the tools that you had.
Mhm.
You're gathering some new information and some new tools. We see where we could have done things different. I apologize. Here we are. You guys are amazing kids.
Yeah.
We're just going to continue on, and we're going to try to do it even better. We're going to move on with some new tools and just communicate it and have a real conversation about it, instead of trying to slip it in on them, because that's what they're laughing at. Is, I can't say for sure, I think they're laughing at you trying to slip it in under the rug, like they didn't know that it was there, because you've done it this way and now you're doing it this way. So bridge that gap and communicate and connect on that topic itself.
I think for sure with the tween age, you still have time. And with the teenager, you
totally.
could say, you know what? We only have so many years with you before you're out of the house. We're going to try and implement as much as we can to get the most that we can out of this extra close time that we have with one another. And with your young adult, that's going to look a little different. Obviously, if they're not living in your household, you definitely become more of just a coach and there for them.
Be there for them,
Yeah, in the middle of their messes and helping them clean those up as they happen. I like one key phrase my mom always uses with me is, may I offer a suggestion? I think that that's fabulous because she
for the older kids.
Yeah, for the older adults. Instead of just coming in there, well, you need to do this, or I would do this, blah, blah, blah. She just is a very good listener and then just says, may I offer suggestion? And I feel like that's always, people are receptive to that.
Because it's very easy to receive that. And then if you want to take the suggestion, you can. If you don't, you don't. Because, once they're young adults, you really, your influence is still there, but it's not nearly the same. So those suggestions are a lot more palatable from the young adult who already knows everything.
Yeah, Rachel Hazlitt said, I always thank Jax for hanging in there with me and apologize when I acted out of emotion.
That is
I think that's huge. Yeah.
Huge.
Congrats. I love that.
You're an awesome mom. Any mom or dad that can apologize to their kids and show humility and grace with them, that just shows how on purpose you're trying to parent. That it's not, your way or the highway. It's a family. It's a family get together.
Yeah,
Bubba!
And modeling, apologizing, period, is beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, totally. Good to see you on here.
Yeah, Bubba.
That's
good
so
to see
awesome.
you.
The man with the plan, the director while I was at Cannonland. I am eternally grateful, my friend.
How old are your kids now? They're probably about out of the house.
They're grown.
For sure,
awesome.
one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Good stuff. Okay, what's the next question?
Okay, the next one was, how do you know when to offer a choice or consequence? I thought that one was really good.
Very good question.
That one got me thinking. I didn't really have an answer. I was like, how do I do that?
Yeah, do you immediately go to a consequence, or do you try to do the questions or the suggestions of something that they can pick? That's a really good question. You want to go first? You want me to go?
Well, I kind of felt like how we had discussed before with the choices. The choices are all day long, every day on everything. It's not just for when a problem arises, then there's a choice. It's just common thread throughout the day of choices.
Mm-hmm.
And so then when there is a behavioral issue, a choice can be in there as well. I feel like for us, a lot of times the choices are always there as we discuss them. If we've already gone over something over and over and over and over, then I probably don't offer a choice in that moment. Then we just go to a consequence because they already know the drill. This isn't something new.
And you're communicating that with them. We've discussed this already 100 times. You're still doing it. So because of your choices, you're going to have to feel the consequence of your choice.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, sometimes it's probably just my emotion at the moment. In all fairness, it shouldn't be that way, but I'm sure that it does when I'm extra patient in the moment, maybe in feeling creative and I thought of a choice, then I'm going to use the choice. If I am short on time or I'm short just emotionally that day, in that moment, maybe I go ahead and jump to the consequence just because I'm not in the mood to figure it out. Not saying that's right, just saying I probably do that sometimes. And then I wanted to offer a third thing to that comment, was it doesn't always have to be a choice or a consequence. I feel like a lot of time for us, it's a discussion.
For sure. Yes.
So, like say it's a behavioral issue, might not be choice, might not be a consequence. I'm going to say, I'm going to do that connection thing where I kind of go over to him get soft with them, kind of take a moment while they're going through whatever and start asking questions. I'm going to start digging for what is going on with them.
Yes, because the gold's already in your kids. It's already there.
Yeah, and not from a place of, what's your problem? What's going on with you? Not that. But a gentle connection like, hey, what's going on with you? You seem upset. Is there something, like a conversation that you had? Something happened? Are you frustrated about something? And just start digging. And a lot of times we just walk right through the experience with conversation.
Yes.
And I've had lots of
Which means
beautiful...
there isn't really a period.
Yeah.
It's not a consequence or a choice. It's a connection which just keeps going through your life. You're just coaching and leading and influencing as you go. Yeah, I like that. No period.
Yeah. And I thought that went back to what Gianna said when we had said, ask your kids, for those of you that missed it, maybe ask your kids, when I say the word discipline to you, what does that mean to you? How does that affect you? What do you think that means in our family? And I loved that conversation. It was really enlightening. But Gianna's response was, she felt like it was mainly just, we have conversations, we have discussions. And so I thought, man, how many times do we walk through situations just simply communicating?
Yep.
We can get so much done if we just take the time to communicate. And like, I feel like it really shows, models for them how to process their emotions, because most of the time the behavior is because of the emotions they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
We get so sidetracked with the behavior that we don't want to take the time to dig deep
really
enough
good.
to get to the emotion. And when we can get to the emotion, then we can help walk our child through the process of those emotions.
Yeah.
And then get to a really raw, beautiful place where real change happens, real growth happens, instead of just like the surface behavior issue.
Yes.
And man, I tell you, you can just walk away like,
so
that was
good.
fabulous. Like, I feel great. That was beautiful. Like, I should have had that on film.
A lot of love there.
Yeah,
when
love.
you can feel the love and the connection in the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
then it keeps that going in that direction where you didn't have to bring fear in to try to adjust the behavior. You had connection, which was getting to the root and the emotions, which leads to the behavior. So this way of parenting, we feel, at least, helps, long term with the action, instead of it being fear, which just is just about the action. You never actually got to the root or the core. There was no process on how to deal with the emotions, especially with kids going through puberty and adolescence and stuff. Their emotions are all over the place. Sometimes it can be, 2 Brussels sprouts instead of 3, and there's a meltdown.
Yeah.
And so if you're addressing the behavior of the meltdown, you've missed a beautiful time for love and connection trying to address the behavior.
Yeah, like maybe they were made fun of at school that day, and so whatever you're experiencing later into the evening where they have attitude problem is stemmed from them being made fun of, or maybe they were getting a bunch of answers wrong, or had to get up in front of class and couldn't do a problem right, or whatever.
Didn't feel like they were enough.
Yeah, it didn't feel like they were enough.
And then they come home and you're nagging at them over something small and it's a big deal, and really it was from school. And so again, when you start asking questions, you start pulling it out, walking through the emotion with them and dealing with it. And if you can get kids to be stable in their thoughts processes, their emotional processes, and their decision making, the behavior it's like a mute point. Like they just automatically do right because they're handling their emotions well, they're handling their decisions well, so their behavior just kind of comes along. So it's kind of how we see how it works.
Yeah, and this, for one, I want to say Tommy's making fun of your shirt. Nice shirt. I was just saying before we went on, I was like, are you wearing that shirt?
And I said it'll look good with the black backdrop, and check out radrides.com for the best inventory in town.
Mike said, follow the yellow brick man.
Yeah! That's awesome.
Oh my goodness. And you know what, Melanie, Bubba, I'm going to answer that in 1 second, but Melanie Thank you guys for interacting, because
Yes.
that definitely helps. And
That's
your
awesome.
question is
We in
the
the
same,
potty together?
yeah, for other people too. And Melanie, I'm not saying this is for your toddler, but when you said toddler emotions, it made me think back, which kind of links to Bubba's thing, is kids on technology. I noticed more so with Noah because he's a total gamer, not so much Gianna. And the technology is different today than
Gianna's
it
a
was
gym rat.
even, at her time. But I notice if there's too much stimulation and they get overstimulated, like too much TV, too much video games, like
Especially
he would
towards the end
start
of the day.
having like a breakdown emotionally. And I started seeing a pattern. I think it was just from the overstimulation of playing the game too long, being on a device for too long, like just so much going on that I don't think he knew, but it just seemed like I started seeing a pattern. So breaking that time down, I think, is good for the little ones.
Yeah.
Maybe just start paying attention to it, if that even registers with you. I don't know if Kennedy even plays on any games or technology, but for the other parents out there, maybe that helps somebody else. Start noticing if your kid is having serious meltdowns after extended periods of times on the game.
Yeah, or sometimes he would have them when he wasn't on the game, and when we would talk about it, he would be like, I'm just so bored. And that's the byproduct of the games having so much going on all the time that it kind of makes reality really boring. And so then they're dealing with that emotion, like, I'm bored. I should be doing something, because the game is 1,000 things going on, your thumbs and fingers. So there's two sides
Bunch
to
of
that.
serotonin? That's
Something
the
like that.
exciting stuff,
Yeah,
right?
it gets stimulated.
Serotonin going.
Yeah, you get on the game and you start to feel good.
Yes, Brother Bubba put, for the parents, what are y'all's rules for Fortnite? And for those of you
Well,
other parents that are on there for your gaming stuff, we had talked about maybe doing one for games and technology, because it is a huge conversation.
It's a really big deal.
I don't know. I think we're all figuring it out right now, because the acceleration of that is just insane. For adults too. I think adults are figuring it out. Boundaries in their own life, I know that we constantly are.
And we're constantly adjusting.
We're constantly adjusting. We make adjustments, and then we go back out, and then we make adjustments, and go back out, make adjustments. And then making adjustments with our kids. That's been a constant thing, starting on certain timelines. Then for me it looks different because my son has more free time. My daughter's not really into games, so it's not really an issue for her. She has minimal time on there. She doesn't really
She's
care.
always at the gym.
Yeah, she's at the gym a lot. So then all the games are like violent. It seemed like at least the ones that they want to play is violence all the time, and it like starts out with like real small things, like
Stick
you're
figure
shooting.
fighting.
Yeah, stick figure fighting, and I'm like, oh, I guess
Tanks
that's
shooting
okay.
each other.
Yeah, then it's the tanks, then it's the robots.
Then it's paintball, where they're shooting paintball bullets.
Yeah, then
No,
it was
it
that. It kept like inching its way, and then it's like Star Wars. What is
Fighting.
it? Battlefront. And so it's the robot stormtrooper things. I guess that's okay. I guess anything with no blood is okay. And then it just kept on, and it felt like everything was killing.
And he would start saying, "This is for us again. This is us. This is how we did it." And
Endorphins.
how we're dealing with it.
Noah is calling me on FaceTime.
That's hilarious.
Oh boy.
He,
Okay.
we would be sitting at the dinner table and he would start saying things that were like out of the games, like, I'm having a brain fart, but he would say things that were like, he wasn't angry, but they were very violent, like, I want to break your arm, or, I just want to crack your head open, or things like that. Just
Aggressive.
yeah, but just
language,
like
kinda.
in normal conversations.
Yeah.
He wasn't mad, he was just saying it. And so we kind of just, I don't want to say we prayed about it, but we kind of just felt like
We were just uneasy all the time about
these
issue.
kind of games.
Yeah.
So we did this about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, we actually have removed all of Noah's violent games. He's not playing any violent games for a season of time until we have peace about it. And, you know,
we said it's not a long-term rule. Maybe, you know, we might change it. Just for right now, this is how we feel, because we kept both feeling uncomfortable
yes,
about constant, you know, violent gaming.
violent games, just continually in and doing, and it's got to do something to the psyche. But because we're kind of right in the curve now, where nobody really knows, like nobody knows what my son looks like when he's 25. And I'm just throwing this out there, you know, when we saw all these high school shootings and all this stuff going on, you know, I'm trying to wrap my head around, you know, did these kids live on violent games their whole life to where they think this is normal, that that's okay? You know, did they have an emotional breakdown, and the emotional breakdown from being bullied let them kind of move into their game, so they came in and acted like they were in the game? I don't know if any of this ties together.
Yeah, we're not trying to blow it out of proportion. We're just really having a conversation. Like, we're trying to figure
Bubba,
it
you
out.
brought it up.
Yeah,
so
we're
we're talking
figure
about
it out too.
And Noah, he's never played Fortnite except for a couple of times at his friend's house, because as he's been wanting it for the past 2 or 3 months, I've been blowing it off. And then 4 or 5, 6 weeks ago, when we started this new rule, obviously that didn't fit in there. So he doesn't do Fortnite, but we have like lengths of times on the games. If he plays his game for an hour, then he needs to read for a certain amount of time. If he plays his game for an hour, you know, we need to hang out for a certain amount of time. And then he's off his game at a certain time at night to kind of give his brain time to unwind, so he's not laying in bed imagining that he's still playing the games. He's kind of chilled out a little bit. We'll go watch a family movie and I'll snuggle on the couch and kind of wind down for the evening. But this is one thing that I do want to challenge all you parents with is, please don't let it go. Don't let the games be the babysitters. Don't let the games be the entertainment. Don't let the games take away from your connection.
Which we've done it too, especially at a restaurant, you know, where you're waiting a long time, or you're
That's
out
the
to
best
dinner
time.
with your friends, and
That's the best.
yeah,
time.
they're sitting there. It's like, it's so easy to be like, here until the food comes, then you put it away.
Yeah, we have no electronics at the dinner table, or if we're eating, no electronics. You know, you just have to find out what works for your family.
It's a daily battle.
Yeah, and you have to not be moved by the kids' emotions either. Like, they don't run the house. You know, this is a time for us all to parent together and take it seriously and just think about it. You know, whether you pray or don't pray, you know, find peace in how you're going to do the games with the kids, because it's getting worse as far as more and more games. It's becoming the way of the future. And, you know, what we found is the game might seem like it's fine, but then they're always popping these crazy ads in there that are crazy ads for other crazy games. And some of the free games, in order to get coins or to get to the next level, you have to watch a video. So I'm just telling you, parents, pay attention, because some of the videos are crazy, and you would not want your little kids watching these videos so that they can get coins. So that's a good time to parent, and we're going to do it because we love them. You know, that's the end game, connection and love.
And again, with this struggle, you know, it's like, I know, just like probably back in the day when the radio came out, culture probably went through a lot. When the telephone came out, culture,
the TV,
probably went through a lot. And there's probably fear every time there's been new technology. The TV, that changed culture, I'm sure, a ton.
yes,
And gobbled up people's attention. And now it's, you know, these handheld devices.
now it's right here in your pocket.
Yeah, and so there's a fear that's coming on how to manage that and what that looks like. But it is our kids' future technology.
Yes.
And so I don't think it's wrong for them to be on it. For us,
or to enjoy it or like it.
And to know part of it is inside of them. Like, Noah loves computers. He loves games, but he loves computers. So what we've done is started saying, okay, we're going to help foster that, but not just through checking out and doing the gaming. we're going to have you learn computer programming and coding. So you're actually learning a valuable skill that you can use in life, that you could earn money from. That's a talent, a skill, a life, not really a life skill, I guess, just a business skill. Something you could make money with, or learn how to create your own games.
Mm-hmm.
And so he has some game time, but he's also learning computer programming. So I feel like that has made us feel really good about fostering this desire and passion that he has for technology, for games, for programming, in a healthy way.
Yeah, because I've already tried to snuff it out. I've already tried to make him like football and baseball and be a athletic person, and I've already tried all of that, and none of it's worked.
Well, he does martial arts.
Well, he does martial arts, and to me that is not a baseball, football, like an athlete where you go.
It is.
I don't mean it's not an athlete. Let me
Master
take it
Newsom,
back.
yes it is.
It is for sure an athlete. What to me is, I played football for 3 months, then I played baseball, then I did golf, then there was soccer. It was year round with a different sport. To me, that's being athletic. If you pick one and stay at it, you're still being athletic. My point that I was getting at is, I've tried to push him into baseball and all the other stuff, basketball, all these things. He just likes computer stuff. So like she was saying, we've got him computer programming. You know, we bought it for him, and he gets on there and he goes through children's courses on computer programming, and he loves it. And to me, that's not sitting on there playing a mindless game. He is learning
skills.
how to program, which is really, 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 really big.
Yeah.
So to me, that part is okay. That's one of his school classes, and that's his computer programming class.
Yeah.
Different than the game.
It's amazing when we started putting more time blocks on the game, how all of a sudden he liked to play basketball more.
We got a basketball net outside.
Yeah, all of a sudden then karate became even a little more exciting, you know. So it's a challenge. You guys are more than welcome to share if you've succeeded in any of these areas. We want to learn too, and we want to get better. And if you have any great ideas or things that have worked for you as well, then we want to learn from you too. Because like Bubba said, this is definitely a hot topic.
For sure.
All the parents, I feel like, are dealing with this, and we're all learning to navigate it, and we want to navigate it well.
Yes.
I definitely don't think we should push it to the side and not have these conversations, because everybody wants to. Yeah.
It's a big deal, and we won't really know how big of a deal it is until about another 15 years to 20 years passes, and then they're going to have all the studies on the kids that came up this way, and the kids that came up this way, and the kids that came up this way, just like they have all the studies now.
And I will say, when we had the conversation with Noah, which if you guys decide to do this with your kids, you know, and start making some adjustments with your kids and technology, the conversation was beautiful. It wasn't like, okay, we're just not going to do that anymore. You're not going to play any violent games, and we're done with that, and like wait until you're angry about it. But
No.
yeah, we literally sat down and shared our heart with him, and just saying, we love you too much to let this go on. We aren't sure what the effects of all this is.
We're not even, we don't have peace about it.
Yeah, we just are uneasy every time about constant violent games. So
And he was cool.
we're not trying to keep anything from you. We want to find fun things for you to do. We love that you're passionate about games and computers, and we want to, you know, have you do it. But let's think of some other games that we could play.
There's other games. So we went out and bought him a couple other games that aren't violent, and we got him some different stuff on his phone, and you know, you just do it. And he still says, I can't wait to play that game when I can play violent games again. You know, it's still in his mind.
Yeah.
You know, it's still there, but it's cool. You know, we're working through it, and he's taking a break from violence, which at the end of the day, there's never anything wrong with taking a break from violence.
Yeah. And again, foster that. Maybe they'll learn how to create a game, or code, or computer program, or, you know, think of other ways where they could actually learn something. I mean, he ate up that material. He is so good at. I'm like, wow, he is blowing me away. How he's figuring all these
Yeah, it's crazy.
tools out at such a young age. I
He
mean,
was
they
working.
are, yeah.
I was lost watching him do it, and he just got taught how to do it that morning. I mean, it's really amazing stuff, and they're all online. Some of them are cheap, some of them are expensive, but they're all out there if you want to, supplement computer time with something else, so you can get in.
You
there
guys
and-
have any more questions? Does anybody?
Oh, yeah. Was there one more, or was that all the questions?
No, that was it on there. Tommy said programming is what's up. My sister graduated from FSU as an engineer in that field and loves it.
Yes, it's true.
It's awesome he's learning computer programming. Yes. It's definitely the future. Artificial intelligence, robotics,
Yes.
cybersecurity, IT work. I mean, all that stuff. There's so many different divisions where if we look and take the time, we can find things where they can get that feel if computers is their vibe.
Yeah.
Where we can get creative and you
Yes.
know. Yeah.
One of the like trailers for one of the program. We didn't buy this program, but it said, you make programming fun as a game, and the kids think they're playing a game, and they're actually learning how to program. Like, that's the concept in it, where you don't have to necessarily take all the electronics. You just give them other stuff to, sponge in, because they're sponges, on the electronics, where it doesn't have to be violence and shoot them up, and some of the other crazy
Yeah, because really you're just
car games
vegging
that are
out.
out there.
Yeah, not really learning a lot of skills, just
No.
shooting everybody all the time. Surely that can't be good for you all day,
There's
or
gonna
however
be a
many
story.
hours
We're gonna
they
see
play.
how
Yeah,
it
it
is.
just
Yeah.
can't be.
Gonna be good. Any more questions? That it?
I don't know if my phone
What up,
does
Joseph?
a good job of. Right? Is that all I would have to
I
do?
think that's
But
it,
we're
yeah.
stuck there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe if I go out and go back in. I'm just gonna check
Ho-
one more time to make sure that.
Hopefully we're not off.
Oh my gosh. Well, he said great job, guys. So maybe it did. Did you charge your phone?
How is that? 55% battery.
Let's see if we're still on.
Says
Can
we're
you
still
tell?
on.
Okay.
Anyways, we think we're still on. Enough with the technology. We're just going to trust
Yes.
God that we're going forward, and we're still pumping out content. We love you guys. You're amazing. You guys are good parents. So
Yes.
just own that.
And pay
then move
attention to
forward
the
with it.
inside. Yeah.
Yes. Follow
Don't
the
keep
leading.
doing something that's making you feel uneasy over
Just
and
because
over
your kid
and over.
loves it or wants this or wants that. You are the parent.
Yeah.
You are the influencer. You are the leader. You are setting the atmosphere in your house, and it's powerful. And you guys are raising up warriors and champions.
Yeah.
100% chance of raising up winners. That's what you guys are doing. We believe in you. Thanks
Love you
for
guys.
tuning
Thank
in.
you guys
Love
so much
you.
for tuning in.
Listening to us
Yeah.
ramble. Love you, Brother Bubba. Thanks for tuning in. All the rest of you.
Love all of you.
This is us.
This is us.
See you next Tuesday, 7:30.